Hey guys, it's Johnny here, once again, for another video update. No, not today. Today, I am doing something a little bit different. Because today, I found out, today is National VCR Day, which is a great thing. I really just, what better way to celebrate VHS than a whole day dedicated to it? So I figured, in celebration of this, I guess, new holiday, because I have not heard about it before now, I figured I'd just show off some of my favorite VHS tapes out of my collection. Some of them are rare, but not all of them are. These are just ones that I personally love for whatever reason. So first off, Return of the Living Dead, my second favorite movie of all time, was my number one favorite for a very long time. Absolutely love this movie. This copy is signed by John Russo, the guy who wrote the original book, and who also wrote Night of the Living Dead, all that stuff. If you're a horror fan, you know the name. Really nice guy also. Another signed tape I have, this is Blood-Sucking Pharaohs in Pittsburgh, signed by Tom Savini. Once again, absolutely fucking love this movie. Loved it the first time I saw it, like a year ago. And when I heard Tom Savini was going to be at Monster Mania, I'm not usually one to shell out $20 for an autograph unless it's someone I really want to, unless it's something I really want to get signed. And this was something I had to do, get this signed by Tom Savini. I thought he would hate it, the fact that, like, he's notorious for hating on his old movies, at least stuff like The Ripper. Children of the Dead is another one. He just completely forgot about this movie. He was like, oh wow, I really don't see that around too much. So that was pretty cool. I guess one more signed tape. This is Popcorn. I don't have this in the list because it's signed. Because I don't even know who it's signed by, to be honest. I think it's Lloyd Kaufman's wife. And I had it with me at the very first Monster Mania I ever went to, and she said, oh, I'm in that movie. And she signed it for me, and I was like, cool. But, yeah, I don't remember her being in the movie. I didn't see her on IMDb, so I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I have it in this list because I fucking love this movie. If you haven't seen it yet, track it down. It's the most fun you'll ever have watching horror movie, or some of the most fun you'll ever have. Big fan of Andrei Schnaz and his low-budget gore effects. I was gonna put the violent shit movies on this list, but I figured because of time constraints, I should just keep it to one tape from his Visage. So this is Zombie 90 Extreme Pestilence on Real Gore. Really cheesy movie, horrific dubbing done by two guys who even dubbed the girls. But if you're a fan of low-budget shot-on-video gore, this movie is a gift from God. Zombiethon, one of my favorite wizards. I have it on here because I really love the movie, and just the theater wraparound scenes are a hoot. You gotta see them to know exactly what I'm talking about, because they are so much fun. Body Bags, one of the first, like, the first VHS I ever really had to track down, and it was so well worth it. This movie is my favorite John Carpenter film of all time. More than Halloween, more than The Thing, gasp. Those are still great movies, but this I love so much, and the fact that it's so underrated adds to my love for it. It's actually not too rare, so if you can find a copy, definitely pick it up and watch it, especially on VHS, because the DVD goes for $30 to $40. VHS goes for $5. Obviously. The Zombie Army. This is just a fun movie with a really, really, really great cover on Video Outlaw. I really like the color scheme, really like the pictures on the back. And the movie is just pretty fun to watch. It's got some cool music in it, and I figured I'd throw it in there just to show my Video Outlaw love. And just because it's such an iconic cover, but it seems like no one has actually seen the movie. The Burning Moon, this one, if you're a fan of German gore, This one goes without saying. One of the goriest, one of the most downbeat movies I've ever seen. I love this tape so much because it's a great movie, but also because it's such a simplistic cover design. And it really... The back is gory, but the front, it's so eye-catching and bold. Also, quite literally bold. The lettering and the moon itself are actually pushed out. There's some texture to it. But yeah, I just really freaking love this movie and really love the design choice that Dead Alive Video made for the cover instead of showing some decapitated head. It's just this really cool image of this burning moon skull thing. Necropolis. I remember when I first got this movie, I absolutely hated it, and then I rewatched it with my friend, and I love it. It grew on me, and it's so cheesy, but just I've got such fond memories of this movie that I couldn't help put it on the list just for all the nostalgia I have of watching it. Also, it's pretty sick cover, and Leanne Baker, the lead in this movie, pretty smoking. Puss Bucket, fantastic movie. Really had a hoot watching it. Really cool cinematography, shot all in black and white. And it's just a cool tape that not a lot of people bring up too much. Printed on like color copying paper, but whatever. It's still just a great tape, great movie, great direction, and great music also. Yes, this is a musical. Track down a copy. I believe the director, Lisa Hammer, actually has DVD-Rs or VHS bootlegs on her website that you can buy. At least she used to. But yeah, definitely great tape. Splatter Architects of Fear. If you ever read my review or just ever heard me talk about this movie, you know I absolutely fucking love it. One of my favorite shot-on-video films of all time. And from an effects man point of view, this movie is just so good. Definitely track down a copy because it's not too rare. And yeah, it's just the most fun you'll have watching a fake movie about Amazons and mutants and zombies come together with all these gory effects and the behind the scenes of how they do it. Really great movie. Really great tape. Obviously, Gourmet Zombie Chef from Hell. Now, a lot of people would have this on their list because of the cover, because it's a big box. And while I do fucking adore that cover, and while I do love the fact that it's a big box, I really like this movie. I saw it a few years ago, and every time I'm feeling down, I'm feeling depressed, watching this movie always cheers me up. There's just something so charming and fun about just how goofy the characters are, and that the people who made this were really putting their heart and soul into it. Ghost Town. Watched this movie like 2 years ago. Complete blind buy. Never watched the trailer or anything. Fucking loved it. I believe this is the horror western of the 80s. Someone proved me wrong, because this is just so good and so not talked about that really it deserves a spot on the list. By the way, these are in no order. The Stuff, my favorite science fiction film of all time. I've got 2 other VHS releases of this under different covers, but this is just my favorite. That artwork is it's just so weird and cool, and the movie, just the best. Can't get much better than Killer Yogurt, and this movie does it right. Microwave Massacre on Rhino Home Video. I saw this cover online like 2 years ago, and I had to have it. I knew nothing about... I knew about the movie, but I didn't know about who put it out or anything. All I saw was just this image. No, my box does not work, because at one point this actually had a chip in here, or a soundboard, or LED lights. Something you would press on, it would light up here and make some kind of sound. I'm not sure what sound it was. But even still, even though it doesn't work, it's still just an awesome tape. Awesome movie. A lot of fun to watch. And yeah, that cover is just the best. So I'll do all these 4 really quickly, because everyone knows I fucking love cinema home video. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that goes without saying. So these are just my 4 personal favorite cinema home video movies and tapes. Ghoul School, so much fun to watch. Did a review for it recently, or not recently, like last year, on a Video Vendetta. Just really great movie, lots of fun every time I watch it. It's still great. Robot Ninja, if you've seen my short film, you know I've got a profound love for this movie. One of my favorite comic book films of all time, and it's not even based off of a real comic book. This puts Batman to shame, in my opinion. Because it's just, or I shouldn't say it puts Batman to shame. I should say it puts Kick-Ass and Super to shame. Though I liked Kick-Ass, though I thought Super was okay, this movie does it right and did it so much earlier than those movies did. Skinned Alive. This movie oozes with style, oozes with humor, and with hilarious jokes and gore, and great, great, great music. One of my favorite movies of all time. Definitely check it out. And if I'm ever feeling like a fat slob and I want to work out, I'll just put this tape in. No, not actually. Can you see me working out? Really? But, yeah, the Linnea Quigley horror workout tape I have on this list just because, well, I love Linnea Quigley. I think a horror workout tape is genius. And it's just got such a great layout. I can't see anyone just walking past this on the video store shelf. How do you do that? And yeah, it is a fun watch also. The Return of Captain Invincible. Really, really, really fun movie. I watched it a few years ago and put it on once in a while just because it's so much fun. The music is really catchy. It's got some great acting, some pretty good effects, some really funny jokes in it, and I just love it. I don't know, it's not the funniest, and it's got some really weird editing choices in it, but if you can look past that, this movie is just so charming, and I never get tired of it. Deadly Dares, Truth or Dare 4, bootleg VHS. I know it's weird for me to have a bootleg on this list, but it was sent to me by the director, Tim Ritter. And as you know, I fucking love Tim Ritter. I love his movies, Killing Spree, Truth or Dare 2, Truth or Dare 3, Truth or Dare 4, Creep. All great movies. And this one I had to put on the list because it is just, I mean, he sent it to me. It's my personal copy. I believe this is number 2 out of 150. So I was the second person he sent one of these to. And he just did it as a personal, because I did a Truth or Dare short film for him a while ago. That just made my day. He's my hero, and he sent me his new movie. The second person he thought of was me. That is just like, every time I look at it, I get happy. And the movie's really badass also. It's on DVD now, if you want to check it out. Amazon. Deadline. Bought this on eBay in a lot for $5 just to watch the movie. And this movie is so good. I can't recommend it anymore. My tape is beat to shit, but I don't care. I've had it for so long and it's so nostalgic for me. And it's such a great movie, really. It's a shame so few people talk about it, but I will say those who do talk about it know its greatness. Killer goats. That's all you need to know. Actually no, there's a lot more to it than just killer goats. But it does feature a killer goat, so it's all good. Hellgate is another movie that really, whenever I think of good times watching VHS tapes, I fucking love this movie. It's the perfect video movie. For me anyway. It's got goofy characters, great effects. It's got like this cloudy, dreamlike image to it where everything has this very natural softness. And maybe that's just the video's fault, or the videotape. It just, over the years, kind of, you know, has this glow to it. But, yeah, just every time I watch this movie, I just get a warm feeling inside. And I just love it. Also, the cover's kind of lame, right? Well, I mean, that's pretty badass. Not many tapes out there have another cover underneath that's like, you know what, this cover's kind of pussy. Let's just fucking rip that off and have this like decomposing zombie. Great movie, great tape to have. Even if it's not super rare, it's still worth a watch any day. Feeders, I love the Polonia Brothers, and every time I really need to get to the mood of making a low-budget movie and doing everything yourself, this and Splatter Farm are the movies to watch, because they just have the perfect DIY essence about them. The music is straight out of Peanuts, but at the end of this movie, it gets actually pretty creepy, and you'd have to watch it to know where I'm coming from, but this is a legitimately good movie, if that's your kind of thing, and it is my kind of thing, so definitely one of the best shot on video movies out there. Really recommend picking this up. Coffee. Okay, last three, here we go. Dead Meat. Pretty rare movie, not a lot of people talk about this, but it's really fucking good. I definitely recommend picking it up if you have the opportunity, if you can get a DVD-R, watch it, because this movie has some of the greatest special effects I've seen in these 80s movies, and especially on the budget it had. It's just a fun watch. Simon plays a really good serial killer in it. It's just so much cheesy stuff happens in it, but it's still so handled well, effects-wise anyway. It's just hard to not love it. This really is one of my favorite one of my favorite 8mm films of all time. Dead Meat. These last two are, I feel kind of bad keeping them on this list because I haven't, well, one of them I really don't like the movie, and this one I haven't actually gotten around to watching yet. Alien Prey on Comet. But I love it because look at that cover. That's just so good. You can't not love that cover. So I kind of, it's like, I haven't seen it yet. I've heard good things about it though, so I do need to pop it in soon. Well, last but not least, Invasion of the Blood Farmers on Regal Video. Once again, fucking fantastic cover. Though the reason I feel bad about having this on the list is I watched the movie and I really didn't like it. It's cheesy, but it's stupid. It seems cheap and it's really disjointed. You try watching it and it's just hard to really follow what's going on. It does have a few laughs in it, but it's got too many. Like, a scene, literally every scene that should be brutal and shocking, of like dogs getting their intestines ripped out and a guy getting beat to death in the shower with a club, are made entirely laughable by the horrible acting and just how freaking cheesy everything is. But I guess watching it with friends, I could see it being a laugh riot, but I watched it alone, so for that reason I can't recommend this movie. But that cover makes up for it, so it's okay. So yeah, that wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I know it's something a little different. And I suggest you go out and hug your VCR today. Go and find your tapes. I don't care if it's Jerry Maguire or 555. Just go find tapes and love them. And give them love. So before this gets too creepy, I'm going to say, enjoy your VCR day, and I look forward to next year. Have a good one.